Ever imagine or wonder? Stopped and listened to the clouds' angry thunder? Looked down at your two hands and tried to understand why this lifetime chose you, what this universe intended you to pursue. Have you ever been left speechless by our humankind's uniqueness? For the majority of those I ask this, the question is simply dismissed. For we live as though we were robots, made in a factory full of guts. We've become oblivious, blinded, short-sighted and misguided, locking our spirits away, leaving no room to venture on and stray. Prisoners without a cage, the stories of our lives a blank page. Manipulated with altered truth, living these convincing lies since youth. Only doing as we are told, placing on a blindfold. Thinking what we know, no say in our choice, yes or no. Speak as we have heard, a wingless bird. Teaching what we learn. Does this not concern? I've been told to watch my tone, been warned of dangered zones. For a storm was brewing within my heart, as they tore our souls and minds apart. Ice-cold threats howled at night, promising acceptance for the small price of your light. What an empty promise it was indeed, convincing, no, tricking us all to concede, into something less than our pure brilliance, falling for what was believed to offer convenience, so that we never have to worry, stress, or doubt, forgetting dreams we once seeked out. Everything we once were or aspired to be now lacks the same depth you'd find at sea. Every talent and gift thrown away, everyone starts appearing a little more gray, eliminating individual identity so that there are simply bodies, only existing as if we were dozens of identical copies. If this continues, the future is dark. Many speak about the dangers about this embark. Aldous Huxley, Margaret Atwood, and George Orwell, and many others express how this world will soon begin to suffer. They're trying to caution by giving us a sign that this brave new world isn't all divine. What we perceive to be a utopia for mankind is actually a dystopia masked, then followed by unconscious minds. Our control over nurture has begun dominating nature, risky and unrecoupable, simply asking for danger. Our bodies would move with cold, rigid motions, lacking the presence of human emotions. And glazed eyes would prove we no longer thought. Once roaming free, now we'd be caught. Our hearts may be beating, but does that matter when they beat with no meaning? Our lungs may still be breathing, yet that breathing has turned to wheezing. Our eyes may still have access to vision, but what good is that when you lack wisdom? You see, blood continues to course our veins, urging the storm to become a hurricane. To survive, we must stand strong like stone and show that we are more than just blood and bone. Our spirits are the ocean, vast and free, the reckless, untamable waves of the sea. They live within you, because you are the deep blue. So when they force us into molds, run like the river so they cannot take hold. You have the right to be here. Express yourself like Shakespeare. You have the right to what you feel, for the wind will never make the ocean kneel. But it must come from you. Reach into your soul and regain your reins that society has stole. Learn not only the 5 basic senses again, but understand the most valuable sense known as your brain. Because what is freedom of speech when you can't seek out an opinion? What are ears for when you can't use them to listen? Why have taste buds when everything's similarly bland? And who would smell the roses when they're taught that Earth's a wasteland? What would intrigue you to feel without knowing the possibilities? Without your sixth sense, there's no point to the other abilities. Therefore, stop being held back in this senseless trap, and instead rise above the norm, and use the power of that inner storm, so that from here on out, you shall never doubt. Get angry and bring your own thunder, and make them wonder why they ever thought they could tame your tides, for the human spirit will always override.